Somebody coming to us now probably will be on that team sheet at the weekend. Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Mark.
Hello. Congratulations. If you just want to come and stand over here, that would be great. Thank you so much.
You can choose where to stay.
Yeah, I think the floor is yours tonight. That was some performance. Lamine, who?
No, I think we played really good. I think we deserve since the beginning with the attitude, we do high pressing, then we have the passion to make some passes, to don't lose the ball, and then we are a good players. We score our chances, and we are very happy. I think we deserve this win.
Well, you certainly snuffed Lamine Yamal out of that game. We didn't see anything of him. We were expecting to see so much more of his attacking prowess. How much of that was your game plan personally, or what the manager had asked you to execute tonight?
Well, I think the game plan was really clear. I think we did really well. It's not about me. I think my teammates help me a lot. I think always they try to give me some help, and this is football. I think this game is 11 against 11. All of us, we try to do...
for the first half anyway.
Yeah, we try to do our best for the team, for the win, and I think today we deserve this moment.
And you're not taking these compliments very well here, are you? You're trying to deflect it onto the team, but 53 games Barcelona have gone without coming away, without scoring. Tonight they did that. It was last December the last time they did that. That's pretty impressive.
That's amazing. I think the last couple of games we improved a bit in defense. We start to have some clean sheets. I think the team win as well, some confidence, and I think this is the way that we need to continue in this way. We are really happy, but I think it's just the beginning. We have a long way to go, and hopefully we can stay in this level.
Mark, congratulations. I thought it was a very impressive performance.
Thank you.
I've got a question for you. When you had Lamine Yamal in front of you, always he's left-footed, and you were quite happy to show him down to the outside, going to the left foot. Obviously, in a way, you were helping and using Caicedo inside if he wanted to go inside. But how confident you were to show Lamine Yamal into his stronger foot?
Yeah, first of all, I'm not happy to see you. But no, I think his left foot is dominant. I think if I invite them to go inside, I think I have my teammates in there, and then I leave the space in his right side is his left, at least his worst foot, and then if he does something with the right, just we need to say congratulations, because with these kind of players we never know. I try to do the game difficult for him, and we have a good result.
And for you, could you tell us, obviously, we know you started at Barcelona, you had an incredible career, you went away, you had to find your way, your position, then you come to the Premier League, and then you come to Chelsea, and today, a night like today, I think that was an example for anyone in football of resilience, of keep going, keep growing. How do you feel personally, not as a footballer, as a human being tonight?
Yeah, I feel very proud. I think it was never easy, the football career. Always we have up and downs, but the most important thing is stay consistency. Always try to improve, to work hard, and then after these moments, everything makes sense, because we sacrifice a lot of things. When you are young, you need to have maybe a more mature life. You can do all the things that the young people doing, but I think after these nights, after this performance, everything makes sense.
We've spent a long time talking about Estevao tonight, and perhaps that was a kind of a rival performance, a coming-of-age performance from him. You must see it every day in training, what that young man has.
I think he's a special talent. He's a small guy. I think he always stay happy. He play with a smile. I think we showed today that he enjoy a lot. He try always to do the 1v1s, and he have finally he scored with the right, so we are very happy.
Mark, you know both of them. You know, obviously, Yamal, you know Estevao. Can you see any similarities, and which one are the main differences between them? I know it's not
tough one,
easy.
but
I'm
going to say, there's... the most important thing that I love from these players is doesn't matter if they do good the action, but the next one he asks again for the ball. They have a lot of personality. I think, for example, for me, for a defender, this is a tough, because every time you need to stay focused, every time want the ball, every time they can do something special. And I think maybe the main difference is that Estevao maybe arrived now to the Europe, and they have maybe a few years like back to Lamine, but he showed today that he have a lot of personality.
Physically.
And he have a good quality.
He's catching up quickly.
Yeah. I think this is a special guy. I think always with a smile. This kind of Brazilian is very happy. I think his adapt here was really good. We have a good a good people in the dressing room, so hopefully we can help him and we can.
But Jamal didn't.
I need to do my job, and hopefully these things stay in the pitch, and that's it.
And your family were here tonight, and you grew up a Barcelona fan. What colour shirt were they wearing tonight?
I tell him if they want tickets, they need to wear Chelsea shirt. I don't have some tickets, but no. Hopefully they enjoy. Was a special game for me, for my family, and then we have a good result. So I think hopefully they are proud of it.
Mark, one question that we know that the Premier League, they work the dead ball situation the best in any league in Europe or even in the world. Obviously, when you play against Arsenal, all the top teams, they play the set pieces. That balances up of the season. But do you feel there is a big advantage for you when you play against European sides like today, that you can get a lot of joy in set pieces, in corners? Today you scored the first goal, you had 3 goals disallowed. Do you think it's a big difference in that final third when you play a European side?
Yeah, I think the most different thing is, like, for example, like here the set pieces was in England was very important. When I play in La Liga and this, I never know about the set pieces coaching, and here is very important. We spend some time together to practicing, to make something special in every game, and I think this is another part of the football, because sometimes the game was a bit tough or was a bit difficult to.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's a good time to thank you, run the analysis that you've been building, looking at that head-to-head with call it head-to-head, the way he kept Lamine Yamal out of the match tonight, Roberto.
Well, Wayne wanted Estevao as a man of the match, but as a coach, you feel that the fear is how you're going to stop Barcelona's Lamine Yamal. And if you can stop that, you're stopping 90% of the threat. I just love this body position. Look, he's just ready to anticipate what Lamine Yamal is going to do. When the ball goes into him, he believes a lot in his pace, he gets tight, he wins the ball back. It's almost every action, he kills the confidence of Lamine Yamal. Here, using Caicedo, very rarely in the final third he left himself 1v1. He was always 2v1, and then show him in the outside, and here he just bangs himself to beat him. One of the best players in 1v1 situations, and he won every single action. Mentally, resilience, and you're talking about the boy that he came through the Masia and the Barcelona setup, and today he made the difference against the biggest player for Barcelona. It's a great example of how you can almost overcome yourself and become a winner.
As the forward in that situation, as the player who's obviously not used to that level of kind of containment, how much mentally does the frustration start to grow in the match, and when you can't perform as you want?
Oh, it grows for sure. And I think, when you're playing against a player who you're thinking in your brain, like, well, in training, you know what I mean? I'll do these tricks, I get past him, and you think it can be repeated in the game, but it's a different situation. And I think for tonight, Cucurella was, magnificent. But on your Yamal side of things, you're thinking to yourself, it's not working for me tonight. Like, different player, is it, he's giving me more intensity than I would usually face in training. I'm playing against a different person. So you have to give Cucurella credit for how he conducted himself tonight, because he didn't switch off once. And that's the sign of a top defender, because as an attacker, you're hoping for that 1 second, that one split second where they switch off, where you can take advantage of it. But he didn't give him that opportunity tonight.
I think sometimes as well, when you're not having the best of games, or the defender's got the upper hand, I would have liked to see Yamal tonight go and change his position a little bit. So maybe go in and play as a number 10 and something different, give Chelsea something different to try and worry about. But because you could see all afternoon Cucurella was going to get the better of him, all evening, Cucurella will get the better of him. So maybe change the positions a little bit and see if that causes Chelsea a problem from different areas.
And of course, he was involved in the first goal for Chelsea. They'd already had 2 goals disallowed up until this point. And this was a tight call, but it was his ball that, of course, was sent in.
No, he's done everything tonight. I think I want to underline one thing. I know that, Jamal is very fast. We thought he was offside, but he wasn't. But what I wanted to highlight the fact that Cucurella is very, very fast on the first steps, and I think that created a lot of problems on Jamal. He couldn't get the 2 meter space that is necessary for him to use his ability. So Cucurella was magnificent.
It's offside, I think. I'm still not convinced.
He's the only one. He's the only one.
Chelsea deserve to, but I'm not convinced.
Who works with that technology?
They didn't need help from VAR tonight, Chelsea, did they? They were going to win that game on their own, but they had to get going some way. But obviously, that's your opinion, Wayne.
Yeah, I'll stick by
He's got the
it.
United glasses on.
Let's have a little look at 3-0, because Rory Delap's had a stuttered start to his life. Sorry, Liam Delap. It was going to happen at some point. Liam Delap's had a stuttered start to life as a Chelsea player with injury, and to come on tonight and score his first goal here at Stamford Bridge in such a night, in such an occasion, Wayne, is fantastic.
Yeah, no, I'm really pleased for him because he's worked really hard and he's gone for big money to a big club, and he got injured obviously at the start of the season, but this is a fantastic finish. It's not easy, the ball coming across your body. He's opened his body up. It's a good movement, and now what I like here, he stays onside. This one is onside, so I'll give them that. It's a good ball across, and it's a really good. It's not as easy as that finish looks. So I'm pleased for him, and he's fighting to get in the Chelsea team, but also fighting to get into the England squad for the World Cup, because obviously we know there's a lack of centre forwards there. So hopefully this puts him on a good run.
Yes, it's a long season to come, Daniel. So there's plenty of football still to be played for him.
Yeah, these are the kind of nights that you can build off. You know, you want to get these types of opportunities. He's had chances in other matches which he's not put away, and then you get presented one of those ones which Wayne explained. It looks like an easy chance, but to make it look easy is what a good striker can do. And in a night like this, you want to keep building on it for him now. It's about continuing that consistency of confidence. You don't want your confidence to get knocked again. You've got to this point, strikers feed off goals. When a goal goes in the back of the net, irrelevant of the performance, sometimes you think, like, you know what, I can build on this. And wasn't at my best, but I put one in the back of the net. Now, for him, it's about going to the next level. How can I stay in this team consistently? Because that's what Chelsea are looking for, a centre-forward. Joao Pedro can play in multiple different positions. Liam Delap is an out-and-out centre-forward. We need him to step up.
But can he conduct a throw-in like his dad, Rory? That's what we all really want to know. Not that Chelsea rely on throw-ins so far this season, like a lot of teams in the Premier League at the moment. In terms of the overall kind of team and how they're playing, the structure of this team and the way that Enzo Maresca is getting them together, you pointed to the tactics you thought would do Chelsea well tonight, would serve them well tonight. And, he kind of conducted it exactly the way you thought, didn't he?
He's done it again. Obviously, I was talking about the final in the Club World Cup, and he prepared the game down to a T against PSG. Today it was the same. It wasn't just about how you would stop Lamine Yamal, how would you use the high line. They were so aggressive, the high press, well organised, well synchronised. Cucurella would stay in the space, but the right back would be at times 40 and 50 metres to try to get and apply pressure. Everything was so well worked. It's such a flexible tactician, and it's a joy when there are games like that. It's worthwhile coming because he's got something, he's got that extra chemistry where whatever he prepares, the players can execute. Because sometimes coaches prepare, got ideas, but to be able to execute it on the pitch is a completely different aspect. I just feel today that probably the red card to Barcelona, it takes a bit of shine off of the result, because the performance was complete. It was total dominant. It didn't matter if it was a red card or not. I think Chelsea was so superior from the idea from the coach before the game and the execution. This was
let's have a little look at it.
Moment.
It was, of course, 2 yellows. This was the second yellow, the coming together with Cucurella. Oh, sorry, this is dissent first here, Wayne.
Yeah, it's 2 stupid yellow cards. I think, when you're playing at the highest level and any situation you give a referee, and especially this is stupid. And for any coach, you're going to get frustrated because it's listen, I've been booked for similar things when I was a player, and the emotion of the game does get to you. And then this one, he's overstretched and he goes in, he's rash, and he probably thinks he's got to win the ball, but Cucurella again, he's sharp, he gets there before him, and the referee's got no option but to give him second yellow and send them off.
But Chelsea were on top. That was right at the end of the first half. They were on top, and not just on the scoreline, in terms of the share of play, the way that they dominated the first half.
They were. I think you need to look at the stats. Barcelona scored in the last over 40 games, 25 in the Champions League. It was only one shot on target. Probably they lost the ball in the build-up, and that was the only chance that Barcelona had. In every phase of the game, Chelsea were superior, very, very strong. And you just, Daniel was mentioning, almost Chelsea now has 2 players per position that anybody can play. Then you add the flexibility of the coach that can adapt to whatever is needed on the day. This is a very complete team.
Okay, and we just talked about him, but let's hear from Delap, who is with Liam Delap, is with Gabriel Clark.
Well done. You would have come to Chelsea for nights like this, I assume, so just tell us about it.
Yeah, of course, it's an incredible club, and, I came here for nights like this, like you said, and, it's a special one. We work so hard in a week to get everything right, and, we did.
Chelsea's biggest win in this fixture, in this competition against Barcelona, so many great games over the years. So what was the key tonight, do you think?
I think it was just a team effort, everyone stuck to the game plan, the gaffer and the staff, looked after us really well, and everyone, worked hard and, won their battles on the pitch, and we executed it better than them.
You executed your moment as well. Were you concerned it was offside?
No, I think...
Never in doubt?
No, I think, it's... sometimes the linesmen give it, but I knew Enzo was onside, and I was definitely onside, so yeah.
You kept yourself behind the line, yeah. Well, level at least.
Yeah, of course.
And what a moment.
Yeah, for sure, Like you said, I came here for moments like this, and, I'm really happy.
And tell us about the guy they call Steve-O round here. What a night for him too.
Yeah, he's incredible. I think he's got the world at his feet, and, just keep grounded and, keep working hard, he can be anything that he wants to be.
Albeit Chelsea are World Club champions, does tonight feel like another step forward for the group, bearing in mind the opposition and the stage?
Yeah, for sure. We know we've got such quality within the whole team, and we've got such belief and confidence in ourselves, and we're getting stronger and stronger by week. So we come into every game knowing that we're gonna do well, and we showed it tonight.
And it's a big step as well, looking at the table, to finishing in the top 8.
Yeah, for sure. We knew we had to win tonight, and to have a chance. So yeah, we did.
Well done, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Picture there, and that's exactly where they'll want to be come the end of this league phase, because I know you're a big fan of the league phase, Roberto, but it makes such a difference, doesn't it, those extra 2 matches. But I'm just going to ask you to hold that thought, because I've heard Enzo Maresca is with Gabriel Clark.
Congratulations. Where do you place tonight in your time as Chelsea manager?
It's a good win. To be honest, no more than that. In terms of, we knew
all those have come before, so that must count for something too.
They are always complicated.
You switched it, Pedro Neto going into the attacking position number 9. What worked so well, do you think? What did that enable you to do and cause Barcelona in terms of problems?
I think Barcelona is a team that if they have the ball, they feel comfortable. If they don't have the ball, they don't feel comfortable. So we try to keep the ball in the same way we are trying all season, last season. And then even with the 11v11, my feeling was very good, because I think the team was playing good.
Where do you place it in terms of a team performance? You're the first team to stop Barcelona scoring in 53 games.
The defensive part, it's always important. You need the balance. Fortunately, in the last month, we are finishing games with clean sheet already in the Premier League. And it's something that you need to do if you want to achieve important things.
You went with Esteban, of course. What a night for him. He's called it the best night of his young career.
Yeah, absolutely. 18, from Brazil, against Barcelona. It's a huge night for him. I think it's a huge night for all the club, for all the fans. Has been very nice.
Is this, in its way, a little step forward, though, in terms of the development of your players, albeit you are club world champions, but it is Barcelona and the manner in which you've won tonight?
I think winning the Club World Cup has been very important for the players in terms of confidence, because they realize that they can win games against any team. And I said many times, when you are trying to build winner mentality, you win winning games. So we started last season in the Conference League winning games. We trained the Premier League, and the Club World Cup was fantastic, and this season is exactly the same. It's the only way to build something important.
And this is a big step as well, of course, isn't it, to making sure you finish in the top 8, 2 less games.
Yeah, we have 3 games to go now, 10 points, but now it's already time to think about Arsenal.
Oh, okay then. So Esteval to start against Arsenal?
We see now it's time to recover energy.
Thank you very much and well done.
Thank you very much.
Gabriel saw a way in there, and I think we'd have all asked that question. So I'll ask it to you, because their attention does turn to Arsenal now. He's not thinking about those 3 more league phase games that he's got, Gianfranco. He made 5 changes tonight. Do you see a similar number being made at the weekend?
Oh, really don't know. Certainly they're going to play probably one of the most informed teams in Europe, probably one of the strongest as well. So for sure he will think thoroughly about that, maybe make some changes. But I think the confidence that they will get from this game, it will be important, because they will, everybody will, be up for it, and they will play a good game.
And of course, tonight, after that performance, I think they've sent a message across Europe, haven't they, Wayne, in terms of being contenders for this competition, second in the Premier League. At the moment, you'd say the team who are looking to push Arsenal.
Yeah, you'd say that, and I think he's managed the team really well, and we haven't even mentioned Cole Palmer tonight. I think that's how good they played. They're probably missing the best player, and we haven't even mentioned him. We forgot about him tonight because the performance was that good. So they're doing something right. They're looking a threat, and the more confidence, the more games, as he said, the more they win, the more confidence they'll get, and they'll push Arsenal.
Yeah, there's more to come from this team.
Absolutely. I think he's made a point that he's created that winning mentality, and it's important. You have to win. You have to almost go home and think, wow, we beat Barcelona. And that's the way that you get that confidence in the group. Then if you got competition for places that nobody can slow down, you're coming into a winning formula. But I think he's very humble, but it's for us to highlight that he won the game before he started, the way he prepared it, the way they anticipated, the way they gave the patterns to create threat, the way they stopped Barcelona at source. He deserves huge credit today.
You were nodding there with Roberto, and I saw you smiling when he said that, a winning mentality. Obviously the conference was seen as, it's the third relation in UEFA competitions, and it was kind of, it's not the Champions League last season, but it's so important to get that winning mentality, to go on those runs, and then to back it up going into the Club World Cup and beating PSG. Just give us an insight into kind of how much those 2 victories will have meant to this young group of players and what they believe they can do.
They give you the biggest boost of confidence you could find, because when you're a younger player, self-doubt can seep in at times, especially if you don't have older, experienced players who have been there and done it. You're figuring it out, and you're looking to the manager to give you the information, which he clearly has done. And I think for me, you're looking at a team who there's been volatility throughout the season and in the past, but it seems as if slowly but surely now they're building something special. The players, the togetherness after the game, they're walking around, they're together. You see on the sidelines, they're all a unit, and they're fighting for one goal, which is to be successful and lift trophies. And that does take time to build, but you see the calmness the manager has, how eloquent he is in terms he doesn't seem to want to add pressure on any players. He likes to try and take that down, and I just think for me the calming effect he has on the players, it's seeping through in the performances as well. And I'm very excited to see where they take it, because I think they are exceeding expectations at the start of the season, and they're building to a point where they could be considered challengers in all competitions, but it's got to be a game-by-game basis. And I think when you have a young squad, it's important not to get too high, too low. You stay in the middle, and you stay focused and take it game by game.
Cucurella dealing tonight with Lamine Yamal. It won't do him any harm, will it, to be playing with him in training, Chelsea?
No, absolutely. I think he's probably give Cucurella the best
lessons.
The best training lessons he could have for dealing with Lamal tonight, and Cucurella was absolutely incredible. I think it's probably the best performance I've seen from the left back for a long, long time. So to do that tonight, what he done, that's a serious player.
Was that for a young Wayne Rooney, having the likes of Rio and Vidic alongside you at Manchester United? Did that help you with other defences?
Yeah, it always did. Because when you're playing against, really top-class defenders, every day in training, and in small spaces as well, you'd have to, in the smaller side of the games and smaller possessions, you have to think quick on your feet. You have to learn to use your body because you're up against quick, strong players. So training is normally the hardest opposition you have, and makes the games a lot more easier. So I think for Cucurella tonight, he's had good preparation for this game.
He certainly has. The weekend coming up with Arsenal, obviously this is a big week for both clubs. They've yet to play their European game against Bayern Munich. They get an extra day's rest, Chelsea. An extra day for the manager to ponder whether he starts him against Arsenal.
That's a good problem to have. I think nowadays with the 5 substitutions, you can plan the game, some players to start the game, some players to finish the game. I think long are the days gone that we were thinking about the starting 11 and that was how you were going to win the game. It's not like that anymore. I think to have a confident Estevao can be fantastic to finish the game, the same way that having players like Pedro Neto, now you got a good opportunity. Will Chelsea play with a proper number 9? Will he play with a different similar formation that he had today? I think that's what, probably looking at Enzo Maresca, his biggest result was against Burnley, because it's a difficult game to go. It's a different mindset. Now to play Barcelona and play Arsenal probably is the perfect preparation to be at their best. And he's got players full of confidence. I think the choice will always help Chelsea to try to have the best performance against Arsenal.
When we asked him pre-match about the fact that he's used more players than anybody in the Premier League, 104 and through this season to today, Daniel, he said, I pick the players for the team I'm playing against and the tactics I've decided to employ. And it's working, but you have to keep a squad happy.
Yeah, and he's doing an amazing job at it. He's got a lot of young players in the squad, or players that are still trying to find their way and prove themselves whilst being at a top club in Europe. And the manager has done an amazing job of giving them the feeling that they're part of it. That's one of the things that I've been a player that was, when I was playing, that was part of clubs where you're thinking you might not make the bench sometimes as a young player, and you have to take that on the chin because you've got experienced players around you. With these guys, he's dealing with players all around the similar age. And to Roberto's point, it's that many of these players are going to give him different options. And that's what every manager wants, to have the options and the trust within the squad. He's got that. So for me, it's very, very nice for him as a manager, of course, but at the end of the day, the main thing is winning games. So all the options you have, he's made the changes and it's worked out for him.
I think if you're winning, it's fine. If you're not winning, then it becomes a big problem, because if every player wants to play, of course they do, and maybe it's changed a little bit nowadays to it was 10 years ago, but if you're winning, the players will all buy into it. If you're not winning, then it becomes a big problem.
For Bridge, because scorer of Chelsea's third goal tonight, that's right, Liam Delap is with us. Woo! Welcome to the show. Putting 3 past Barcelona, you yourself putting 1 past Barcelona. That's got to feel like a good night of football, does it?
Yeah, for sure. It's I came to this club for incredible moments like this, and we showed together today that we're a team and really together. So yeah, really proud.
Very good.
Liam, the start of the season, you've been a little bit in and out. You've obviously had the injury, a couple of indiscretions maybe with the referees at different times. But what's it been like, that jump to Chelsea? Obviously, you come from Ipswich. A little taste of the Premier League.
And Man City.
No, listen, we understand that, and you've got your Man City head on. But what's it been like playing for one of the biggest clubs, obviously, in this country, and obviously, a European champion twice?
Yeah, it's been a really big jump, but I think, I've been welcomed here really well, and, I know a lot of people here, and they've really, really helped me. Obviously, I had a frustrating start with the injury, but hopefully now I can just kick on and, start doing and having more moments like tonight.
Liam, congratulations. This is Thierry here. I just wanted for you to talk a bit about the way you went as a team at Barcelona, because it looked like you were not scared. You went to put pressure. You had a go. You didn't sit and let them control the game. you know, you were detecting the game on and off the ball. So I wanted you to talk a bit about that, and please be nice with Arsenal at the weekend.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, you know, we had a game plan. We know they play a really high line, and they've got really good attacking players. So we knew we had to be really defensively solid and then take our opportunities when we could go in behind. And you know, I think everyone on the pitch tonight, defensively and attacking, did really well, and you know, the game plan worked.
Liam, can I just ask you, your accent? It sounds a little bit south, a little bit north. What's your accent all about? Where you from? I know your dad, but what's going on?
Blame him. He's moved me about too much. Yeah, no, I don't know. A mix of everything. I've obviously moved about with him, and you know, grew up in Manchester and all over. To be fair, so I don't really know what it is, but it is what it is.
Liam, I love watching you play as a centre forward. You're like a throwback, almost like an old-fashioned centre forward. You rough people up, you knock people about. I mean, is that something you think you might have to curb a little bit? You know, the way the game is now, with maybe referees and maybe, you know, yellow cards, or how much of that can you keep in your game, do you think, going forward?
Yeah, I think, you know, I can obviously keep a lot of it. You know, that's been me. That's always been me from, you know, the day I can remember. I've loved bouncing people around and, you know, using my strength. But I think obviously, like I showed the other week, you know, I've got to be careful because there's lots of eyes everywhere, and you know, I just got to, you know, sort it out and make sure that, you know, I still keep my strength, but also, you know, I'm sensible with it and don't be giving away silly fouls or getting silly yellow cards and obviously red.
Well, what teams don't want to do this season is not just give away silly fouls, is give away silly throw-ins. Now, you know where I'm going with this one. Is there any chance your dad, Rory Delap, could make a comeback at some stage this season in the Premier League? Because it feels like every team in the league wants somebody who can take a long throw-in.
Yeah, I know. I think, you know, he'd probably be worth a lot of money nowadays. But yeah, no, he's probably too old now. But you know, he was here tonight, so I'm happy that he was here, and you know, he can watch me now, my little brother. So yeah, I'm sure he's proud.
Well, no, I was about to thank you. The producers want me to thank you, but I've got a couple of more questions. The trim's looking magnificent. Where did you get that done, sir?
Just round there.
Oh, yeah?
The boys. Yeah.
Okay. And obviously you must watch the show. I know you're on Instagram and all that, and you know the social media.
Do you follow each other?
Well, no, I follow him.
DMs?
I follow him.
Oh, have you not followed them back?
I've not seen it.
I followed him. So you know the show and all that. So we want to know, who's your favourite on the show?
I don't know. City connections. I might have to stick with that.
Oh! Say it loud and proud, baby. But on a serious note, congratulations.
Thank you.
All the best for the rest of the season.
You guys be nice with Arsenal. Be nice with Arsenal, guys.
I'm not sure.
Congratulations. Great achievement getting that goal against Barca, mate. Well done.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Liam, thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thank you. Bye.
Lovely.
If you met him on holiday, would you say he's a very nice lad?
He looks a nice boy, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
What defines a nice lad?
You can just look at them, you can tell.
What do you mean?
You can see it in his eyes. He's
Salt to the earth.
So why McTominay's a nice lad? Why? Because
he looks humble.
Okay.
He's not giving it big time.
Do
He's not buying big fancy watches and silly cars.
Says a man with a Rolex on.
I'm talking more about you. Letting it go to your head when you were a player. Going to Vegas with all your boys and parties. He's not, is he? He's got his head screwed on. You should still be playing.
I know,
How old are you?
I'm 37.
He's only... Seamus Coleman played last night. He was 37.
I know, yeah. But I didn't want to be with you guys.
Yeah, fair point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
You could be a good mentor to young players, actually.
Thank you.
What not to do?
What not to do?
Oh, my God.
Hi, everybody.
Go to break.
Shots fired.
No, Micah meant that. We're going to go to break.
You actually go to break.
It works when
That's what we
Miles
do
does it.
here.
It works when Miles does it. They didn't pay you any mind.
I never got it right
We
earlier
would like
on.
to.
Well, but anyway.
Culturally confusing.
Moving on.
Anyway, moving on. Should we do second goal?
Esteban.
Oh, I tell you what.
Oh.
Red card first. I apologize. Sorry, everybody. I jumped the gun. Here we go.
Yes, Araujo there.
What was he doing, though?
He's arguing with the rest.
I know,
as
he's
you
not
know,
just arguing here. He's almost screaming
was
down
no
his ear.
You're right. So he gets a first yellow for dissent because he thought there was a foul on Lamine Yamal made by Cucurella. And then you go and do this, knowing that you're on a yellow. There was no need for that. Just stand your ground, do a Micah Richard, put your hand on the player and try to muscle him out. You don't need to.
Have you
make
ever
that
done
tackle.
that, Jamie, though? 'Cause I never got a red card in my career.
No?
Not one red card in my career, no.
Yeah, I've made lots of tackles like that. But as Thierry said, I think when you're on a yellow card, you know you can't make a challenge, a tackle. You never got a red card?
I've never got a red card.
Did they always bring you off when you're on a yellow?
You had to say something, right?
Should you have had a red card?
No, never. No. I was too smart about it. How aggressive I was.
You were always in the right position also.
Correct.
Yes, recovering pace.
You know we've got people now looking.
No. I've not got a red card. You know what, though? When we was in England together, you was a nightmare, you know that. Get here, over there. Honest to God, I just thought like...
I need to protect him.
No, he was good.
Didn't have your physicality.
He was very good. He was very good.
Thanks for that. I appreciate that coming from you.
Anyway, Esteban!
How many England squads were we in together?
Well, apparently we didn't play together for England.
Oh, yeah. Carol mentioned that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Esteban.
3-0. We're going to get there. Esteban. Sorry, who's doing it? Thierry? Micah?
You go.
2-0 Kate, I think.
2-0.
I apologise.
It's not Esteban.
Thanks, Jamie.
Switch on, will you?
Yeah, it is Esteban.
You know what? I'm taking this goal. You know why?
Esteban.
Because I think we are watching a genuine superstar here. I honestly, what he did to Chelsea in the Club World Cup, Chelsea got him, all the players are delighted that they got him. He's such a young player. And listen, Yamal was on the other side tonight, but he's the one who stole the show. And he's a young boy, and he just looks absolutely fantastic. 3 goals and 3 starts in the Champions League. Only Kylian Mbappe has done that, I think.
Wow.
Was that a toddy stat?
As teenagers.
Okay.
No, I was listening to the commentary usually.
And then
only Mbappe was younger.
The flying wings. Look at this for pace, though.
Wow.
It reminded me of, remember Bale? When Bale went through, exactly the same thing. I just thought it was going to dink the goalkeeper. Did all the hard work, didn't
let you see the grass? Just push the ball.
Just push the ball.
No need for step overs.
Brilliant. He actually looks wanted to pass it, but
he did. To be
maybe
fair.
a little dink. But he was excellent tonight, Neto. And then your man, come on, first Champions League goal, Delap.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget where this lad's come from. Struggling in the Premier League with Ipswich, and he then, it hasn't quite happened for him yet at Chelsea. He's had a couple of injuries, a couple of suspensions.
Micah, Jamie, sorry to cut you, but it's the same thing. The goal of Kane already being offside. You can't be offside behind the ball. Them not running. I know it's a 5v4. I know it's not easy. I know you're playing with 10 men, but at least make it difficult.
How many tap-ins is that? You'd have to update the...
23 and 3 goals, 102 goals.
Wow.
And 23 tap-ins.
It's a great moment for him, isn't it?
No, it is outstanding. Being able
moment.
to enjoy a goal against Barcelona on a great night is outstanding.
The same situation again. This is when we went to VAR, and it's such tight margins. Any thoughts on when it's a decision that's made that tightly? Does it bother you because it's so close to being the other way, or do you like that there's a definitive line?
That's
and
kind
that's
of
what
okay.
It is?
It's when you really have like that centimeter type of thing or a toe. It's pretty clear from where they draw it, but I always would like to know how they do it, because if you take my phone, like the view that you have here is like this, and we're watching from the camera like this, so nobody is really there to find the real angle. So sometimes when he goes to 1 centimeter, come with me. Yeah, nobody's really there to see the angle. But you know what I mean? Like you find yourself in a situation where you have to trust it. Like if someone was already there to know the line, how do they calibrate the field to make sure that they have the right line or not to that margin?
That's like a Christina. Calibrate. It's a Christina. I know, calibrate is a great word.
Amazing.
Wow.
Spell it. Go on, Kate.
You can spell it. Calibrate.
Can we just confirm that? Go into VAR? Correct.
Esteban, you talked about him. Thierry, how much do you enjoy watching the young man play?
I did already at the Club World Cup. There is something about him. I love a player that has a go at his fullback. That's about it. When he gets the ball, there is no nonsense. He goes, he turns, he goes, he will see what's in front of him. There is no, like, that's what I'm saying at one point. We were talking about it on the show that we were together, Jamie, the other day. I was like, a guy like that, you have to let him paint. When I say about that is cooking, like you don't go to the house of a painter and tell him to do what he needs to do. Let him paint, and then he will. You said you love the frame or you don't love the frame of what he did, you know, or the drawing or whatever he did. Let him cook. This is what he's doing. Allow him to dribble.
Is he painting pictures?
Everything. He's painting everything. The way is like you wouldn't like to play against him. Not because I'm not saying that you won't be able to stop him, but he's coming at you all the time. He's reminding me of that's early doors. That's why I think Ryan Giggs was one of the best, because he's coming at you the whole game. Whether he's having a good game or not a good game, he's trying to test you all the time and see if you're going to stop him or not. And that's how it is as a winger.
Will the frustration be for you then? Because I think what the point you've been trying to make, I think probably for the last year, is there's not enough players who excite you and get you off your seat. Is the worry that because he's young and he's maybe playing a bit free, that the longer he's with, I'm not saying Maresca, but coaches, that ends up getting coached out of him a little bit? Do you think that's the problem, that it's actually coaches taking this away from players the longer they're sort of with them and in the team?
I do think so, because coaches at times are scared of transition, counter-attack, playing against a low block. You know, if you lose the ball too early, you're going to get done being open. But the first quality of the kid is to dribble. Why are you going to take that away? For me to be able to make you tired or take advantage of what I've done, it's like if you stop a boxer to jab. Like, how is he going to work? Like, if I don't go at you 5 to 6 to 7 times, you stop me, how am I going to have the 8th time? You go to the 8th time, you're like, oh, I can see he's tired now. 9th time, he doesn't want me anymore. 10, 11, it's easy. Then I score at the end because you're tired. If I don't make you run and I pass the ball all the time, it's an easy job for you as a right back or a left back. Let him cook. Let him play. We need to enjoy this type of players and type of games. You know, I mentioned Michael Olise, Bukayo Saka. It's not always, doesn't have to be scripted all the time. Pass the ball. Don't lose it.
Did you say that to them? When you was managing Olise, and
yes, I said
as well. That's that type of player.
I said to Desiree Doué, and I think I said it on the show. I don't remember. I put him on against Egypt. Semi-final, we're losing. I put him on because I think he's very good in 1v1. The game has changed. I needed someone to go and not think anymore. It was very different game. So I said, you come on. Whenever you have the ball, you have a go. I don't really care. Have a go. 1v1 will put you. Do what you have to do. He passed the ball 1 time back, 2nd time back. I said, if you do that again, you come out. I made you just lose the ball. Do something. Next thing you know, after that, yellow, right back, sent off. We won the game. Like, what made you arrive there? Dribbling. So why are you going to speak to the guy in a negative way? Don't do that. Don't do it.
I think that the most difficult thing in football, people can have different opinions, but I think actually dribbling. I think even if you watch football, even great teams, they'll only have one player in the team who can really dribble. Most players would get it and pass
nowadays,
it. Yeah. And when you've got someone who can do it, that's why we love Maradona. That's why it's just like when you see goals, like he's probably still got the most famous goal in football that everybody knows about, the goal against England, because you don't see players do that. It's so difficult. Even though we've all played at the top level, we know how difficult it is to dribble through players. That's why you're revered as the greatest player to play in the Premier League, because you've scored goals and you've done things. People can score a great goal or can be lucky or can be quick or can defend or can play a nice pass. We can all do that. We've all done that on occasions. But you can't dribble. If you can't dribble, you can't dribble. You can't go past players. And that's what makes it something. That's what I think it's so special to see somebody have that ability.
I agree. You know, there's that myth that now people talk about speed and how quick were you and who is the fastest. Who cares if you can control the ball? Like, I've seen a lot of players that are fast, but they disturb the fan. They disturb the linesman. Ball goes, they go out. Ball control out. That guy, when he runs, Ryan Giggs, when he used to run, Robert Pires, when he used to run, they never used to lose speed while they had the ball at their feet. This is not rugby on American football. Ball is here. I'm not running with the ball here. People can, you know, in rugby, on American football, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's way more difficult to run with the ball at your feet and keep control of the ball. Head up, C360. It's not an easy one. That's more valuable for me than you're fast. You need to be fast here. And if you're fast here and you're fast, good with your feet, and you can run also, then by any means you're in trouble playing against that guy.
Oh, we were in trouble.
Oh.
Very big problems.
Oh, so it was a good night for Chelsea, all in all. Not the best night for Micah's Manchester City. We're going to talk about it after the break. We'll bring you the highlights of their loss